Greetings YouTube. Today I'm going to review the Swiss+Tech Micro Max 19-in-1 pocket tool or keychain tool. Solid stainless steel, and then it gives a listing of the tools it has on here. So, it comes with the packaging, comes with some literature, and then of course it comes with the device itself. Now I picked this up cheap on sale. I think I paid $3 for it. I'm not sure what it's running full price. And I'd seen it on the shelves for a long time, and I always thought it was a little weird looking. I thought, you know, for that price I can bring it home and I can give it a shot and see how it looks. So, you know, you get the little logo right on there, and you attach it to your keychain this way. You open it up like this to use the pliers. You then clamp it onto your keychain, and then you put it back, and because these are now here, it will not open, holding it in place. So what do you get on your 19-in-1? Well, your main tool is your pliers, and they do have some little ridgings in here, but they're, you know, not the greatest grip. Everything is smooth on this. There's no sharp edges, which is nice. You've got a little wire cutter in there, a little crimper more than anything. I don't think you actually cut anything with that. This hex shape, there's two of them, one on either side, would allow you to grab hex heads or nuts or bolts. Though you're not going to be able to exert a huge amount of pressure. This isn't a particularly long device. But it would let you grab something and move it in a manner that would be safer and easier to do than with your fingers. So that's kind of useful. And there's a bottle opener here, which is kind of nice. And of course you can still crimp things with these cutouts and such in there. Which is good in case you have to do something like that. So let's close this up for a second, and then we'll start looking at some of the individual tools. So if you pull this one down by itself, you get a standard regular head screwdriver. Nothing really all that exciting there. You can then pull out this tool if you'd like to, and it is a finer head, regular head screwdriver, and you can come over here and then you can, whoops, you can bring it around and it will go back into place. All right, boom, boom. Of course, there's a millimeter rule on the side, which is useful. It extends from there to there, though I don't know how accurate that would be. You'd be able to read a few millimeters, but there's no divisions. And then you have this one here, which is another kind of a medium size between the two. So overall, if you have some need for regular head screwdrivers that are not, you don't need a great variety and you're not going to be putting a huge amount of torque on them, this would be an option because you're going to be able to get some torque on this, but it's a slightly awkward device. Okay, now over here we have a fairly standard medium size Phillips. And then we have this one, which is a fine, it's actually a pretty decent fine Phillips. It doesn't quite come to enough point for my taste. I would have preferred if it come a little bit further down, a little pointier than this, but that's just me. We put those away and we end up with, oh yes, and the scales on this are 1/4 inch, so you got 1/4 and 1/8 inch. You have a file here, and it's semi-useful. I mean, but since it's so small, you can only really use that much. I mean, you're only going to be like, maybe taking off a little burr off your fingernail or something like that. And again, you have a medium-size Phillips here. Now, then you have this tool right here, and I've got to be honest. They're advertising this as a drill, and what it is a. Can you get in there? Can you see that? I don't know if you can or not. It's a screw head, essentially. It's a screw. It's got a tapered screw, so you could take this and you could screw it into a piece of wood to make a hole. And you could screw it back out again, and be careful not to bend it or break it or pull too hard, because you might break it off. Now, I have a larger version of this in my toolbox, which is on a standard screwdriver handle, and it's called a screw starter, and it's useful if you're going to have to start a hole for a screw, say in pine, something soft like that, poplar. So you can just screw it in, screw it out, you got a hole, and you go for it, because you don't want to break out the drill. But I have never, in all the years I've been carrying tools on my person, ever needed to do that when I wasn't at home doing some kind of a project. So I am baffled why they went to the effort to create this particular tool and put it on this particular device. I mean, I own a multi-tool, and I have seen hundreds of them over the years, and this is the only one I've ever encountered with a little drill like that, and it makes absolutely no sense to me. I'm really confused. So, is the 19-in-1 tool going to be the go-to tool that you're going to be wanting to carry on your person everywhere? The answer to that question would probably be no. Is it the kind of thing you could drop into a pocket or a purse or hook it onto your keychain and not have to worry about it? And it's there if you need a regular head or a Phillips head, you need to make a quick measurement, or even if you need to use a very small file, or grab something with these very light duty pliers, then yes, it is. It's a good gadget kind of thing. It's a good stocking stuffer. Something you want to give Dad on Father's Day or something like that. It's a nice little gadget. It's decent quality. It's got a limited lifetime warranty. It's stainless steel. So overall, I mean, it's not a horrible device. I just think that you would be better off investing in an actual proper multi-tool, but that's just my opinion. But as a little keychain gadget, I think it's pretty neat. I'm not going to be carrying it, but I'm glad I own it. I think it's cool. And if if someone I knew needed to borrow it, I would do so without a problem. And my wife felt like carrying it, though she carries a pair of pliers already. Shoot, what model does she carry? I can't remember now. It's a model. It's a Skeletal model, I think. It's just a knife and a pliers, which is all she really needs. But this is a cute little device, and I think that some people out there may find it of use to them, even if I'm not the target audience. But it's nice quality. If you get it cheap, go for it.